Hey there, Bulldogs. I'm Caroline Spikes, and this is the Bulldog Blitz. To kick off the show, Samford football hosted the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga this past Saturday and lost 55-13. The Bulldogs had 2 field goals and a single touchdown catch by Montrell Washington. Chattanooga finished with 492 yards, while Samford capped at 200 total yards. UTC had a time of possession 43 minutes, dominating Samford's time of 17 minutes. Samford volleyball was on the road this weekend and lost to the Citadel in Wofford, dropping 3-1 in both games. In Friday's game, the Citadel jumped out to an early 2-set lead, but Samford rallied back for a 3rd-set victory before the Citadel took the final set. Sunday in Spartanburg, Samford outside hitter Gracie Lynn Butler scored a career high of 14 kills for the Bulldogs. However, Wofford took the win in 4 sets. Samford's club lacrosse team hosted its first ever Bulldog Brawl tournament Saturday at the intramural fields. The Bulldogs played Morehouse and Dalton State College in the morning and won both games. In the championship later that day, Samford beat Morehouse again 7-6 to complete a 3-0 weekend and clinch the title. The fall season serves as a warm-up for the team. Freshman Isaiah Haynes is optimistic about the upcoming spring season.
I would say due to the lack of numbers and only having 1 sub, I would say it was probably as good as it gets as for the first tournament of the season and being a little short in numbers. So.
The team's play was 7 players instead of 10, allowing for a more casual environment to shake the dust off and make their Samford debut. Junior defenseman Sage Abram, a former football walk-on, played the first lacrosse game in his life on Saturday.
It felt pretty great. You know, we had a great group of guys. It was really fun switching off between offense and defense. It's actually first time ever playing lacrosse, and I got to say, I kind of like it so far.
The team's next game is November 7th against Middle Tennessee State. The Samford men's golf team traveled to Greensboro, North Carolina this past weekend and competed in the Grand Dover Collegiate. They finished 10th out of 15 teams. Sophomore Brian Bowles tied for 15th in the 99-player field with a 3-round score of 217. The SoCon Cross Country Championship is coming up this weekend. Nick Wagner has the details.
Thanks, Caroline. Now let's look at the state of the SoCon Cross Country. This Saturday, October 30th, Samford men and women's cross country teams will travel to Lexington, Virginia to participate in the SoCon Championship. Some Samford runners to look out for on the women's cross country team are Mackenzie Haug and Sinkanesh Parker. Also, some runners to look out for on the men's cross country team are Benjamin Garner and Jeb Jones. ETSU, Furman, and the Citadel are 3 major teams to look out for this weekend, with many of their runners being named as Runners of the Week on the SoCon website. Some runners from rival schools that Samford's men's team needs to look out for are Matt Scar from ETSU, Cameron Ponder from Furman, and Sam Sharnars from the Citadel. Some runners that the women's cross-country team needs to look out for are Lindsay Stallworth from ETSU, Bethany Graham from Furman, and Heidi Fortin from the Citadel. Thank you so much for watching the State of the SoCon cross-country teams. Good luck, Bulldogs, this weekend in the SoCon Championship, and back to you, Caroline.
Everyone knows that football is a contact sport and can result in injury, but not much thought is given to how the players get back on the field. Will Hudson has a story of the people who work extremely hard behind the scenes for our athletes.
On Saturdays, everyone is focused on the players on the field, but many don't realize all that it takes behind the scenes to play a game. Without athletic trainers, no collegiate sporting events could take place. Athletic trainers are an essential when it comes to athletic events, a lesson that other teams in college football have had to learn the hard way this year. The job is not easy, though. Samford head athletic trainer Whitley Williams explains what goes into being a trainer.
Everybody always thinks of football on Saturdays, and I think that a lot of general population and people have no idea the amount of time that our athletes put in themselves, and it takes an entire village, as everyone always says, to support that. And so, you know, when you start getting into your support staff, it gets really gritty as far as the hours go. So, you know, we're here early in the mornings. A lot of times our athletes are training and lifting in the mornings, and they start really early. We like to be here before they're here, so you know, we'll get in sometimes. Gosh, I've been in as early as 3:30, 4:30 in the morning. It just depends on what the schedule is. And then, you know, you talk about everybody wants to talk about lunch breaks. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes we're running to doctor's appointments or getting things sorted out in the office, and then we practice in the afternoons and stay late to do some post-practice treatments and things like that. Obviously weekends are a grind with season, so we're on the road traveling, we're here at home, we do treatments and everything on Sundays. Our guys do some recovery training on Sundays as well, so we're here for that.
Trainers have many jobs, but none more important than getting their players back on the field.
So I fractured and dislocated my right elbow, and at the time the doctors didn't know if I'd ever be able to come fully back, and with the help of our training staff, they were there 24/7, put together a plan for me to get my strength and my range of motion back, and without them I wouldn't be able to get back on the field and be where I am right now.
With the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Will Hudson.
Thanks, Will. Our women's soccer team is heading into the SoCon tournament this weekend with an undefeated conference record, having only allowed 5 goals in conference play. The first quarter-final game will be on Friday, October 29th, with Samford playing either UTC or Wofford, depending on who wins tonight's first round game. If the Bulldogs win Friday, they will advance to play in the semifinal on Sunday, October 31st. Get out your best costume and head on over to Jolie Griffin Field for the Halloween baseball game. The guys will all be dressed up for the Bulldog versus Bulldog scrimmage taking place this Thursday night, October 28th. Children of all ages are welcome to come, trick or treat, watch some baseball, and hang out with the players after the game. The Samford women's golf team is in Spartanburg, South Carolina, competing in the Terrier Intercollegiate. The Bulldogs shot a combined .302 in the first round of play on Monday, which was good for 5th place. They continue to compete in the Terrier Intercollegiate this week. The Samford women's tennis team will return to action this weekend at the College of Charleston Invitation. The team will look for strong performances from sophomores Alexis Lopez and Samantha Nanry after their impressive run in the ITA Southern Regional a few weekends ago. Samford football travels to VMI this weekend with a 2-3 conference record. While it's been a disappointing season thus far, the Bulldogs will look to finish their season strong in the last 3 conference games. The volleyball team looks to stop their 2-game losing skid this weekend when the Catamounts and Spartans roll into the Pete Hanna Center. The Bulldogs will look to avenge losses they suffered against both UNCG and Western Carolina earlier this season. Saturday is senior night for the volleyball team, so come out and cheer on the Bulldogs. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and the Sisters of Zeta Tau Alpha have found a new creative way to raise money and awareness for a good cause.
Thursday, Zeta Tau Alpha hosted their annual philanthropy week, Think Pink Week. This included Volley for a Cause, an event where Samford students sign up to form volleyball teams and pay to play. All of the money goes towards their philanthropy, breast cancer education, and awareness. A total of 11 teams participated in Volley for a Cause this year. I spoke with Olivia Mathern, Zeta's president, to learn more about their philanthropy and Volley for a Cause.
Hey, I'm Olivia Mathern. I'm president of Zeta here at Samford, and tonight we're at Volley for a Cause, which is one of our philanthropy events that we do where we raise money for our philanthropy, which is breast cancer education and awareness. Through this fundraiser, we have teams from all across campus come and play in a volleyball tournament, and we use the funds to donate to help survivors and the 1 in 8 women that are affected by breast cancer every year. We're really proud of all the efforts that we do throughout Think Pink Week. We do tailgates on the quad and tabling and all sorts of other events to get the campus involved and help them raise awareness and education for breast cancer.
While Volley for a Cause is not the only event to occur during Think Pink Week, it is one of the more highly attended events. All Samford students are eligible to form their own teams and compete. Teams from all different areas of campus participated, including other Greek organizations and student athletes. All Samford students are also welcome to attend and watch. Olivia Sisk, who serves as Zeta's philanthropy director, was very proud of the outcome of the event and the amount of money that was raised.
It was so much fun seeing Volley for a Cause come together with 18 teams from students around campus and the Samford community coming together to raise almost $11,000 for breast cancer education and awareness.
Zeta will continue to support breast cancer education and awareness through other philanthropy events throughout the year. With the Bulldog Blitz, I'm Carson Hungerford. Back to you, Caroline.
That's all we have for you today, Bulldog fans. On behalf of the rest of the crew, I'm Caroline Spikes. Thanks for watching the Bulldog Blitz.